today, you're going to hear how I work with other people. I love highlighting the people that I work with. And it's not just about me, it's about really allowing other people who are going to be watching this to know that we are in different places in our journey. Everybody, we're still learning. If you are still living, you're going to be learning. And some people are starting in their business. Some people have reached that milestone in their business. And if you're watching us right now, you may just be thinking about starting your own business. And you're probably thinking, oh my God, how do I start? Am I going to do it? I want you to listen in because my client is also an emerging business owner. So you talk about your work now.
Yes.
So eloquently. I want you to take us back to before you started working with me.
Okay.
You had all these experiences.
Right.
And you had already retired.
Mm-hmm.
Where was your mindset? Because I believe that mindset was huge. Where was your mindset at that time? You have experience, you have in-depth experience at that time. And most likely you probably have um, you've done this for 35 years and you knew you wanted to do something else once you retired.
Mm-hmm.
Where was your mindset before working with me?
Well, my mindset was I was withdrawn. I had just gotten out of a situation on a job, a bureaucratic system, and you suffer you suffer a lot of trauma going through that because some companies that you work for, uh, they devalue you. So when I came to you, I was devalued. I felt unappreciated, and I hadn't made peace with my past. So I hadn't told my story because I avoided telling my story. And what I find in my work and in doing my own work, because I got to do my own work now. I mean, you got to stay on top of your own self before you can assist someone else.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But before I started, I was doing the work, but it wasn't it wasn't in depth because I hadn't gotten to that layer inside of myself because I didn't want to tell my story. I remember specifically going to a child care. I was taking some classes in child care because I'm an infant massage instructor too. And the teacher asked me to write about my childhood, and I dropped the class. I said, that's kind of
Mm,
weird. That's weird.
wow.
That's
That's it.
weird behavior. And I acknowledged that it was weird, but I didn't know how to address it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So when
mm-hmm.
I came to you, I was still open with the wounds of my past,
You were still open.
with the
Okay.
wounds of my
With the
past.
wounds of your
But I
past.
don't know that. How do I know? How do
Okay.
I know? I don't
Okay.
know, you know. And you asked me to write my story. I didn't want to write that silly story.
Wait,
That's
wait,
how
wait,
I
wait,
feel.
before you go into that,
Yeah,
we're gonna come to that because you're moving
yeah.
so fast for me.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I heard where you were in your mindset.
Uh-huh.
What made
Okay.
you, because
Mhm.
you've been going to workshops and you've probably been with other people, coaches as well.
Mhm.
But what was it about me that made you raise your hands and said, I think I'm not sure whether I'm ready, but I'm giving it a try. I'm gonna give it a try.
Well, for one thing, you were persistent. I mean, it's not like I could get out of it because I'm pretty good about squirming out of things.
Mm,
Um, so you were persistent. You knew something that I didn't know about myself. You
mm.
knew that I had a story, and you did not let me stop until I told that story. And although I did try to avoid it, as I said many times, but um, your persistence, your belief in me, your your vision. you had me help buy into the vision that you saw in me. And through my work with you, I was able to get to the bottom of what was really going on inside of myself that I was trying to avoid.
You know, you just said it, and it's huge. It's huge when somebody can see what you cannot see in yourself. And that's what a coach does for you. Oftentimes, like you said, we already have everything we need inside of us, but it's believing in us, believing in the possibility. That's where a coach comes in. So thank you for that. And we are going to dive in into your work, because my goodness, you are,
Mhm.
I don't even, I can't, okay, let me not just talk so much about you. I want to hear it from you. So when
Mhm.
you came to me
Mhm.
and you bought the program and you said, okay, I'm ready to invest in myself right now. I still remember the first time we met working together. As what was going through your mind after that first session? Because there may be people that are watching this and saying, it's easy for you to talk now so eloquently, but I don't know whether I'm there yet. I've gone through trauma. I've gone through child abuse. I've gone through
Mhm.
abusive relationships. I don't know how to move forward. What was that first time coming in? How was it for you?
Well, the first time coming in, to be honest, I wasn't sure of what I was going to get. I know that I wanted to refine my story. I wanted to tell it because I had a lot that I wanted to share with others. So in the beginning, I didn't know what to expect. But as it progressed, fear set in because fear is a natural thing because it's out of my comfort zone. So that was natural. Um, Many times I felt like fleeing because that's very common. And it's very common in when you're dealing with issues that you have that haven't come to the surface. Rather
Mhm.
than deal with it, you run. And as I progress through, I I start feeling deeper and deeper and getting in touch with it. But it was a struggle. I must say, it was a struggle for me, and it's going to be a struggle because anything that you want, you're going to have to fight for it. It's not going to come easy. But you kept encouraging me. And again, you saw the light. I didn't see it. And as I kept working with you and working with you, the light became brighter. It was a gradual process. And, I would had sometimes I had my homework to do, and I would do my homework. And after I did my homework, I felt like I was getting lighter. I always trusted you, but I never did go to the deep level of what was inside of me. And that was my past, making peace with that.
You know, if you are watching us, what Janice is really talking about is the process that I take them through. And in being able to have a presentation, high converting presentation, a memorable presentation, which is what I help female entrepreneurs do. We use stories because I believe that your story is so powerful, and that's something that differentiates you from the other person. Your story is really a differentiator between you and that other person, because no one person is exact. Even if you have gone through the same trauma, the same issue, what happened in that circumstances, in each person's circumstances may be different. And I understand as a coach, as a trainer, that in working with you, in working with my clients, basically, that telling that personal story, especially when it involves trauma, that is not easy. But I also know that I'm like a mom when I see them graduate from the class and doing amazing thing and speaking so eloquently. I can't even tell you how happy I am to see you every time doing interviews, doing your own work. And tell us, because there may be somebody else that's watching this and thinking, I cannot do this. I don't even know how to begin. My trauma was so much. And yours may not be trauma, not all of them trauma. So, because your story, like I said, is a differentiator and it's different for everyone. But take some moment and share with me, because I still remember when you first came, and with one of their first assignment was doing a video. How was that assignment for you? What did that do in allowing you to get out from your comfort zone and begin to open up?
Well, my history was when things got hard, I would leave, right? And so what really, you as a coach were adaptable. And that's very, very important, because every client that comes to you from a different place.
Absolutely.
And me, I was very secretive. I was very introverted. I had those things going on automatically. But I never was called to come out of there. I never was in a situation where I had to do it. But my assignment was doing the videos. And I was like, oh my God, I did not want to do those videos. I did not. But again, a lot of the programming that comes to us is not from us a lot of times. If you hear negative things about yourself when you're growing up, there's a chance that you've acquired that about yourself. Absolutely. And you don't even know you have it. So doing the videos, doing the assignment, pushing myself to do it, and not running. So the assignments made me more comfortable doing the videos. And it also began to start making me open up and show my own personality, because I'm very authentic. And you not only helped me with that, I learned how to structure my speech. There wasn't just one thing that I learned from how to tell a story and narrate my story. I learned how to really structure a speech, how to get the audience's attention, how to keep their attention, how to really come from an authentic place. Because I don't believe I was coming from authenticity. I was coming from intellect, which is totally different. Because I've read a lot of books, I've done a lot of research, I do all of that. But authentically showing up, that's when I began to become more authentic.
I mean, I went through it myself, so I totally understand. And that's one thing about me, because as I coach my clients, I totally understand what they are going through, because I was there before I got here now. And in helping them narrate their story,
oh wow,
I know it's challenging. But I also know that as I look at each of my clients, I know what they have within them. I can see their greatness that they are not seeing. As a coach, my job is to help you pull it out of you. Once you begin to see that you can do this, it's unstoppable. And you have been unstoppable. Can I just hail you and say you have been unstoppable? One of the assignments is doing the video, because I know what video did for me. Being able to pull your guard down. Take us from the doing the video to the very first assignment in helping you narrate your story.
Well, for me, each time that I did the video, I was going deeper and deeper within myself as I was doing it as well. There is a main story. In my case, I had a main story, a root story is what I would call it. It's probably more of a technical name for it, but the root story is what I needed to get to the bottom of, the one that I avoided, which was the childhood. That was the one that I avoided. And taking me through my resistance, those assignments that I had to do, because I also had to do a little research, and it really wasn't that difficult. I'm not trying to dissuade you that it's a lot of difficulty involved. It's that when you have resistance on top of what's going on, you're pulling away as you're trying to go forward. So you have this dichotomy that's going on. And so you help me address that by just laying back a little bit, pushing a little bit, laying back a little bit, because a lot of times we go at people too strong. That's a turn off. It is for me. And especially someone that's already experienced trauma, and everybody's experienced it, whether they want to admit it or not. It just depends to what degree you experience it. But as I began to unwrap the layers of my life and make peace with my root story through the assignments, through sharing of myself, through trusting, through letting go, and then knowing in my heart that you were kind of sent to me. So there's a spiritual component to it as well, at least from my perspective.
And so,
you know, like they got that saying, when the student is ready, the teacher will show up. So you always have to have the belief. You don't know why you got it, but it won't leave. And then I linked up with you, and you helped me and guided me through the process in a supportive way, not aggressive, not dictated. It was support, encouragement, assignments, research, all of that. But all of that added to me being a better speaker, having confidence, being assured. And that root story, I have other stories that I can build on to grow with. Those are the things that you taught me. Because when I came there, I didn't know it took all this to really do, you really don't know. You don't know until you do. That's it.
As you are talking, I'm thinking about the first time that you came. You were shy and guarded. One of the things that I found out in working with you, you were determined. Even though you said I'm introverted, I'm shy, but still you were able to do the things that you did. And now, as you began to see the results, everything changed for you.
Right. Well, I had to let go of my resistance at some point because it wasn't serving me at all. And trusting the process, trusting that when I work with you, you're the expert. I don't know. That's not my area of expertise. Now, you talk to me about social work or something like that, I got it. Okay. But you talk to me about speaking and narrating the story, I'm lost. But you know what? We're not supposed to know everything. That's why we have experts to teach us. So I think for me, had you been a different kind of coach, I probably wouldn't have grown in the way that I did. Because dealing with someone that experienced trauma, you got to give them a break. You can't be on them all the time, and you got to go with the flow. And that's what you did. You went with the flow. Now, I didn't get by easy. I don't want to say that I did, but because that would be a fallacy. And I don't really try to go off into that. But, nothing's easy. So it takes persistence. It takes listening to your coach. And it takes letting go of those old ideas and beliefs. And you got to get to the root. Because until you work to the root of your story or anything, you can't move forward. You move forward, but you're not really authentic with it.
And what I see, and you helped me talk about this, what I see as you began to do the videos, what I see as you begin to go and do interviews and speak on so many stages is this confidence in you. If you look at back
Mm-hmm.
what you felt about you and your story before you started working with me,
Mm-hmm.
and what you felt about your story after you finished working with me. You were coming from a victim at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But after you finished working with me, how did you feel? Or where were you coming from now?
Well, a place of empowerment, of confidence. And again, the root story allows me to talk about a lot of different things. Not only the root story, there's other stories in there. When I met you, I didn't have a story. What story? I didn't know if I had a story or not. So it was coming to the realization through the work with you that my story is valid. It's important. It can help someone. And that's
Mm.
what we're here for. We're all here to help each other. Until we get to that point, it's difficult, you know. Uh, Sharing with one another, like you sharing your skills and abilities and talents with me, and then I in turn share my knowledge with someone else. So
So
yeah,
yeah. So basically what you're saying is that before working with me, you saw
right.
yourself as a victim, but now after working
Mhm.
with me, you saw yourself as a victor, somebody that can use
Right.
their story, somebody that can use what they have been through to be able to help other
Mhm.
people, right?
Yes, yes. Actually, I have a better view
Okay.
because, yeah, my view is different. I was always compassionate. I was always caring about other people. That hasn't changed. That's my personality. But the view is different. It's much different because we're one of the same. We
Mm.
are. We just have different experiences. And when I got in touch through narrating my story, when I got in touch with my root story, and I became more authentic, I became more empowered, became more confident through doing the videos, working through my assignments, and knowing that you have a light already established for me. And all I have to do is keep reaching for it or keep looking for that light. If you know what my motto is, you can't heal unless you acknowledge. If I wasn't acknowledging it, how would
Mhm.
I be able to do it?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I acknowledge it, I accept it, I don't wallow in it. I use it as a stepping stone to help others.
You use it as a stepping stone, which is really all about. That's what life is all about. And that's why I love the work that I do with women, because oftentimes, coming in, you feel like no one understands you. No
Yes.
one understands you. And once you get that feeling that, oh, this coach understands me, it makes a difference it's not about being so loud. It's
Mhm.
somebody like you are so quiet, but still you are unstoppable doing amazing work that you do. So
Mhm.
take us back. I want the audience, because everybody is at different place in life, especially when it comes to entrepreneurship. Some people are starting out, some people just started, and some people are scaling, but presentation is still the same. And when
Mhm.
you merge your presentation with your own brand story, right?
Right.
People understand you better. And that's what you have done so well. So, if there is somebody that is starting out today, or maybe they're already in and they know, because I'm taking it from you, because what you do now ties into your brand story.
Mhm.
So there may be someone right now that are watching us. Take it from here and share with them what they can get from your own experience working with me, what they can expect in working with me, and what result will they be able to get?
What they can expect working with you is honest communication, support, guidance, direction, empathy, concern, and the vision. You hold the vision for your clients because we don't have it sometimes. We have the feeling, but the vision is not quite established. And that's through the narration of your story, the vision becomes real. It's no longer a vision, it becomes a reality. And that's what I got working. And I'm sure that whoever's listening to this right now can get the same or even better, even better. It just gets better. So trust that you can do it no matter what anybody tells you. Just keep that in your heart. And even though you stumble, you get right back up and you just keep on trying. Just keep on trying until you reach where you're supposed to be. And you can help others just like you helped me.
Awesome. Thank you so much for those kind words. I've always told my clients that everyone is different.
Yes.
Your work is different. And those that are people that are supposed to listen to you, because I believe that we've all been assigned to someone, they will stop and listen. It doesn't matter how you sound. It doesn't matter if you are new. One thing I loved about you, Janet, you did not give up. One thing I loved about you is once you got grab a hold of, I can do this. Maybe this is possible. Maybe through encouragement, this is possible. I can do it. It's like, oh my God, this woman is somebody else. Is this still the same Janice? And I just want to take the time really and thank you. And thank you. As we close in, I want you to take the final stage and talk and tell people, what do you do now and how you can help them?
Well, what I'm working on now is a project around compassion fatigue. And if you're not familiar with compassion fatigue, it's caregiver burnout. And a lot of the medical profession are suffering from compassion fatigue, and they don't even know it. And I am in the process of completing a compassion fatigue program for healthcare providers that will assist them. Because a lot of times you go into the medical offices and you find that there's no feeling. They're cynical, they're dismissive, they actually don't even see you. You become invisible. But I want to let you know that that has to do with caring too much. With just listening to problems all the time, you experience them mentally, and then they become part of who you are. So that's the project that I'm working on. It's called Banishing Burnout.
Oh wow, that's I love that. That's really huge.
Yeah,
So we are
I want
closing.
women to start coming for treatment and feel comfortable so they can get healthy.
That's huge, and that brings me back to our last work together. Our last work together was for a specific project that you were working on, and that is working with people in medical field. Tell me again as we close how narrating your story has helped you and I work together in structuring for that presentation.
Well, because at that point I had already gotten to the bottom of my root story, it helped me to be more authentic. It also helped me to be able to, working with you, I saw both sides of the story. I didn't only see the patient side, I also saw the medical profession side. And through your guidance, we were able to craft a story or presentation that was really very phenomenal, because we acknowledge the stress that the medical profession are under, specifically because of COVID. They already were stressed out already, but because of COVID. But I'm more objective. It broadened my perspective and my objectivity, because sometimes when you're looking at things, you only look at one side, and there's two sides to every story. So through the process of narrating my story, I became more conscious and cognizant of the healthcare profession and their stressors.
And how was that received?
Very well received. I got wonderful accolades, and they gave recommendations on. I just got good reviews, totally good reviews. It was well, because what happened is, through the process of you teaching me and mentoring me and coaching me, I learned that you have to kind of bring the audience down in order for them to receive the information. They have to trust. And again, it's all about relationships, building them, even from the stage. So that's just one of the many things that I've learned.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. And what Janet have said so eloquently, I can't even top the things that she said, because I want, as the people are watching this, to really think about where they are and think about what do they want to bring to the world. Because I believe that everybody has been assigned somebody to help that person. And oftentimes it's because there's a lot of noise out there. And sometimes you're very doubtful. You may be very doubtful. You may be questioning yourself. Can I do this? Because you're so busy watching everybody else out there, and you questioning yourself, doubting yourself. Can I do this? And here's one thing I can tell you: you will never know until you try. Because when you have somebody support you, when you have a coach support you, now I don't have anything about freebie, getting free stuff and buying courses online. There's no, they have a place of it their own. But what I'm saying is, when you have somebody who's been through something, a coach, a mentor to guide you, the result that you're going to get is different. Because in my work, one thing I know for sure is that when you are trying something that you've never tried before, it's scary. It's my job to make sure that you are at ease. It is my job to support you through it. And sometimes it's not going to be easy. Sometimes you may resist it, like you said, but a good coach knows that it's not about fighting you. They have to know where you are. And that's what I pride myself. I pride myself in coming to my client's level, as you have said so well, and being able to lift them up. Because I believe that once somebody can believe in their possibility, they become unstoppable. And so I just want to take the time and thank you so much, and wish you well in all that you do. And how can they get in contact with you if people want to work with you?
My website is youwinworkingwithme.com, but you can also do connectwithjanice.com. That's a lot easier. Connectwithjanice.com. And I'll do a 30-minute, 45-minute interview or assessment, and we can go from there.
Awesome, awesome. And if you want to connect with me, you can reach me at schedulewithchristy.com for a 20 minutes consultation, and we can talk and I can see how I can support you in your journey. Until next time, listen, thank you so much. And I will see you around. Bye.
Bye.